You know, I've worked on the island for a long time now, but I've never seen anything like this. My name is Jason, an engine driver on the Northwestern Railway. I'm the driver of the number 5 known as James, and I thought it would be a cool idea to make a journal of my time here, and if anything strange were to happen. The railway is located on an island, so we tend to get a lot of mist and fog, but today is different. Today the mist is much worse than normal, causing most trains to be cancelled. The trains that haven't must run much slower, though Gordon hates this, but the other engines tell him it's for his and the passengers' safety. For these conditions, at times Gordon isn't allowed to pull the express due to his speeds, leaving James to be the safest engine for the express. James is normally excited to pull passenger trains, but he's upset because no one will be able to see his paintwork. Recently, a new research facility was built, but as of now, Topham hasn't revealed their purpose, nor does anyone know what happens with it. My guess is that it was built due to the rumor of lost treasure on the island somewhere, with the ruins of the castle being found. Maybe there is treasure on this little island. I'll keep this notebook on me and continue if something interesting happens. Well, I'm sure you know something strange is going on as I'm still writing this. Last night when we got back into Tidmouth Sheds, I saw Duck sitting in the far side of the sheds, but for a split second I swear he looked scared and was on the brink of tears. Worst of all, he only had one eye, but when I blinked, he was back to normal. This mist still hasn't gone away. Some of the engines are claiming they're hearing whistles from outside their sheds, but yet there is never any engine. Even stranger is that a new research facility was constructed right before the mist rolled in. We still haven't gotten any word from them explaining what their purpose was, nor the strange noise coming from within. James is still in a bad mood about the mist, but he was acting weird, asking if he had to pull his train today and that there was something strange in the air. Maybe this was about Duck. Anyways, we're about to leave for Vickerstown, but I do have to agree with James that something's weird about today. So much has happened, it's crazy. It's probably best to start from the beginning. While sitting at Knapford, James was talking to Edward. Edward was telling James to be careful with the mist, but James told him to bug off as he knew he was doing. The guard blew his whistle and we left. We sped down the line, but had to be careful as the mist made it hard to see. Reached Gordon's pillar, and I swear we heard the whistles of the other engines as well as screams, but there was no one there. James was struggling to get up the hill. He kept telling us it felt as though he was being pushed back. We came to a halt at the bottom station where we saw something horrific. It looked to be Emily, but her eyes were gone. All there was in their place was 2 black holes. It looked as though her face was faded. Worst of all, she was smiling and began to move, asking James to join her for her own tongue. Luckily, Emily got switched down the branch line at Ellsbridge, and right now we're sitting in Henry's tunnel waiting for it to be safe. We were shocked to see Percy pull up beside us, and we were shocked to see James with all the people. He said he thought we were dead and couldn't believe there were that many survivors. He looked to be in horrible shape, the exact opposite to how he was this morning, as now he was covered in dirt and filth. He was on the verge of tears and couldn't believe someone else was alive and couldn't have handled being alone for another day. We questioned him, asking what he was talking about, as we had seen him this morning. He seemed to dodge this question as he seemed confused on what we mean. We asked Brian, Percy's driver, what had happened, and he said the mist had changed people into monsters, and Emily is one of many. Brian said we should get the survivors to the main room so they could be safe. We agreed, but decided to head back to Nelford to search for a new one. We also hoped Edward would still be there.